Good afternoon, I'm Yuting Chen, and this study will share the problem-solving process of open network learning workshop for intricate web of contemporary anxieties. And the presentation is divided into 5 parts. The first is introduction. And suicide prevention centers report that in Taiwan, 45 to 70% of suicide deaths have an emotional disturbance, and at least one of the 2 suicide deaths meets the diagnosis of depression. Also, the Japanese government indicated more suicide deaths in a single month of 2020 than in the entire year due to COVID-19. However, with a great mobile technology and well-developed healthcare system, societies are confronted with teenagers, social media addiction, and aging problems with health but lonely elderly. Technology should be invented to generate human well-being and less barrier between cultures. In this study, we attempt to find stakeholders' reciprocal relationships. Next page. We will start to overview the current situation in this theme. Roland Paulson referred that melancholia has eclipsed the physiological disease, becoming the most common illness nowadays. Within a decade, the number of people suffering from depression has risen by nearly 20%, and anxiety disorders are even more common than depression. Moreover, excessive workload accumulates long-term fatigue for modern people while the message is being delivered swiftly. In an aging society, it is inevitable that elderly depression still has many potential issues which need more endeavors, because the elderly have to face the physical, mental, and living changes with time. Therefore, the elderly respond more emotionally than younger people. Besides the anxieties mentioned above in society, highly competitive academic and working environments also generate anxieties among teenagers. With the pandemic, open network learning, which is kind of online courses, have become a widely used teaching method. And the advantage of online classes include no restriction to the time and places, convenience to keep records, less susceptibility to interference from others, and students being more enthusiastic about asking questions by leaving a message. And the PBL teaching method trains students' exploration ability, independent thinking, and problem-solving skills. In recent years, due to the impact of COVID-19, PBL, which used to practice on-site discussion, has transformed to online. To face this challenge, Henn divided the PBL curriculum into 3 elements, including problem-oriented, project-oriented, and participation-oriented. Furthermore, this element can be supported by different software, such as Google Meet, Dropbox Paper, and Jamboard. To increase students' concentration, some devices and software can be used in online teaching to improve the interactivity between teachers and students with each other, like Google Jamboard, Miro, WordWall, and Slido. The device and software mentioned above are all interactive in real time, allow people to ask, answer, and discuss with each other immediately. After a brief description of study's background, we chip into the method part. The PBL team consists of 2 Japanese students and 3 Taiwanese students to discuss common social issues in the 2 countries with similar social and cultural backgrounds. The process of design thinking is using the empathy map to find out some common problems between Japan and Taiwan. From the identified social problems, students list all stakeholders and existing problem solvers, institutions, and methods. After that, managed to design a minimum feasible model for the mutual benefit of the relationship between stakeholders and problem solvers. Eventually, producing a minimum feasible model attempts to solve the common social problems between Taiwan and Japan. Thus, we use 2 subtitles to show our results. Students took time to share their understanding with other disciplines, for others to build off of their knowledge and generate the endless possibility of innovative solutions. From the perspective of human-centered design, the students first defined the group's general direction, including young people with sedentary lifestyles and the family with the aged. In the contemporary age, they get their pain points and needs through the 4 senses in the empathy map. After sorting, we divide the issues succeed into the sphere of life, medical capacity, and workplace. Eventually, the analysis reported that most issues are related to the anxiety of the elder and younger groups, such as students and office workers. Furthermore, these stakeholders can benefit from each other. For example, they can use a combination of VR and some physical activities that are beneficial to mental health, such as drawing, music, and planting. Therefore, in this project's virtual reality world, the minimum viable demo shows the instruments, plans, and artworks to represent the variety of mental health activities, which are almost scanned from the natural environment. The elderly can draw on paper, and the VR playground will show his or her works on the digital billboard. Children who are overly addicted to the virtual world can have more opportunities for activities in the real world. And finally, we are going to share the discussion. Conversion of virtual world into real world is rapid due to new technology. Through interactive activities and the healing feeling brought by the construction of the VR world, people can reduce their anxiety from it. In summary, there are still many possibilities for connecting technology and human emotion in the future. More topics can be extended through the problems and needs summarized in this study. In addition, more applications can be developed under the concept of interaction between VR environment and the real world. And thank you for listening.